But I was really pleased, and I think that everyone kind of had their own way of sort of saying the same thing, if that makes sense. That change needs to happen, and that the change isn't, just about this one case. This is an example of the sort of prejudice and the bias that can be brought to a situation, but we want the change to be for everyone who's underrepresented.
It's interesting, obviously, because I know you're here and you're in America as well. What do you think that relationship looks like between both British and American police with the LGBTQ+ community?
Sadly, I think it's very similar. I think that let's face it, a lot of the American culture we have is from you. So, I think we have a lot of the same problems. And if you look at the problems over here and you look at the US, some of them can be, different in some ways, but a lot of the institutional biases and prejudices, are similar. And as you know, in America, our Black Lives Matter movement was born out of a huge frustration for the unfair ways that our police have treated African American people. And unfortunately, I think LGBTQ people in America are also mistreated, but maybe not to the degree that Black people are. And I think all these movements should have intersectionality, and we should be fighting for each other.
Yeah, I completely agree. I wondered as well, have you been in touch at all with the Met Police through this process?
Yes, there were 5 Met Police at my apartment in San Francisco last week. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Why did they go to your apartment?
They flew over. They're aggressively involved. Amazingly, after I contacted The Guardian and convinced the editor that an investigation needed to happen, they've been very attentive. And so I find it frustrating that when I would mention things like I was coming to London to do my show at the Royal Albert Hall, then I would get answers, right? When I reached out to The Guardian and they contacted the Met Police, then the CCTV footage was released. And so what concerns me the most is not only have I been traumatized by this whole thing, and all of Heklina's fans have been upset to the point where they don't believe me when I say I don't know how she died because they won't tell us. I think that some people thought that I was just covering up something, is that if I didn't have a platform or a connection to the media the way that I do, I don't think I would have gotten anywhere. And